Greetings there, prop fans. It's Tony here from Caveman Props, and I'm back today, hopefully with a quick, simple tutorial for you to build a very simple prop. A few years ago, I built a replica of the arm from Terminator 2. It was supposed to be the leftover arm from the original Terminator, and I built that using scrapped pieces, and I've displayed it at a few events, and and spoke to several people about it. One of the questions I got is, what other Terminator props have you made? And I was just like, I've not actually made anything else from Terminator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very simple quick tutorial on a really lovely little prop, which is the CPU unit that comes out of the Terminator's head. So the little microchip that comes out. So this is seen with the arm, so it's something that I can put the two together and display quite nicely together. I've got a really simple way to do this. Really nice, simple, cheap way of building a prop and making it look good. Now, there are people that are doing 3D prints of these. Those are brilliant because those are 100% pretty much accurate. You'll get the right size. All you basically got to do is paint them up and you're pretty much done. I'm not dissing these props that other people have made that are either resin cast or 3D printed. They are brilliant. This is a cheap way that if you don't have much and it's just a couple of simple pieces of material, some glue and a knife, you can make this prop. Okay, so we're going to crack on and we're going to make that now. So what we're going to do is start with some very basic materials, and this is basically pretty much the whole build. I'm going to be using this. This is foam board. This is a 4mm foam board, I believe. 3 or 4mm foam board. And basically what this is just foam that's been compressed really hard, and then layered between two bits of card or paper. And what that does, it makes it very form strong. We kind of get very similar properties here to plastic, but the beauty of it is I can take my scalpel and cut it perfectly. There's no problem there. The other material I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using this foam to make the cubes to be the main part off of it. Now, looking at the original pictures, the cubes, the hearts of it, need to be about 6mm squared. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making mine 8mm squared. For the simple fact is I have large fingers, and trying to make small props is always a bit of a difficulty for me. So making it a little bit bigger will be helpful. But this is a high density foam here that I have, a bit of scrap left over. It's 8mm foam, and I don't have any 6mm foam, so I'm going to be utilising this to make it. So I'm just going to be making it just a tiny little bit bigger, but I don't believe that will impact on the whole thing. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to make up a little template of the bit we need to cut off of this, and which is going to be our main part of the structure. So here we are. So I've cut this bit out of paper. This is what I've worked out what I need to have. As you can see, it's very delicate, so even just on paper, maybe I should have done it on cardboard. But I'm going to use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this into the corner here, and then with a pencil mark out all the lines, and then using my scalpel, we can cut that out. Okay, so here we go. So this is my piece of foam board cut out here. I'm just going to find one of my little needle filers, and we're going to just make these holes a little bit better. But obviously it is quite small and a bit tricky, but obviously we got that out, and that's quite, good piece to be working from. So what we're going to do now is, obviously I'm going to be using this, my ruler and a really sharp knife, and we're going to cut this into blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 8mm strip of it off, so then end up with that, and then I'm just going to cut down into 8mm squares. So there we go. So we've got the cubes cut. I also cut this bit. It's just a little bit that sticks out. It's the same width as this, and I've just used a hacksaw blade and a piece of sandpaper just to open up these lines in it. So that's going to go in like that. So very simply now what we're going to do is we're going to take the cubes, and they're all going to go in the positions around here. So it's going to be a little bit tight. What I'm going to do is get them to the right size. They might need just opening up a little bit, and then what we're going to do is we're going to super glue these in very nice and simply, put them all the way around in the middle, and we should almost be there. What I've also done is left a long piece, so what I'm going to do is once this is all in, I'm going to get a piece that's going to go across the end here, the same width once we've got all the cubes on. So I'm going to go ahead, glue all these bits in, get this bit on, and see what it's starting to look like. There we go. This all went together very quickly. I didn't think you'd want to see me gluing all the little bits in. It's very self-explanatory. A couple of them have gone a little bit off. It's probably due to me just being a bit overzealous and rushing a bit, not taking so much care, and also the fat fingers. But that's pretty much that. So what I'm going to do now is, obviously, because this is foam, I'm just going to blast the heat gun over it just to seal the foam, and then I'm going to paint it with a flexible black paint especially for the foam, and then we're going to get down onto the main details of the painting. So there we are. So this has now been coated, and I've obviously painted it with a really nice gold that's added the background to it. And what we're going to do, we're just going to finish it off. So what I've done is I've made this up. This is a close to it as the dark red, maroony colour red we're going to make. So what we're going to do is we are going to go a bit old school. We're just going to paint this on by hand. So we're just going to take it very carefully with a small brush, but we're just going to take it nice and carefully and paint all the cubes with this red. So we're just going to do all the over and this one layer, and then hopefully that should be it finished. Right, so there we are. That's that completed. The this burgundy red has kind of dried a bit darker than I was expecting it to, and it's also gone a bit more matte. But what I'm do, I know somewhere I've got some gloss lacquer, which I might put over this. That might add that little bit more to it. But I think that's come out really well, and I worked it out. I don't think for the cost of the actual materials in this I spent more than £1 on it. So to build a prop like this for £1 I think looks absolutely brilliant. And I know I rushed it, so if you take a bit more care you can probably get it a bit better than this. And obviously to prove that, I went back and I built another one and it was all lined up a little bit better and it worked really well. But what I decided to do was make this one into the broken one. So I now have the two, the one that was in the Terminator and the one that was in the Terminator from the first film that they find in the second film. So there we are. So even, you know, for a couple of quid, I built two props to put on display next to the Terminator arm. So there we go. So let us know what you think. For a quick, you know, dirty prop build, this was absolutely a wonderful idea. So there we go, guys. Let us know what you like. Leave us a comment. What's your favourite prop? Is there anything from the Terminator you'd like to see made? Obviously, drop us a line. But there we go. But obviously, please like, please subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next tutorial very soon.